Konbanwa. Good evening to you all. Or perhaps, for some of you, the first light of a new day is just beginning to touch the horizon. I am Dr. Kenji Tanaka. Tell me, have you ever experienced that persistent, nagging fatigue? A weariness that clings to you even after what you believe to be a sufficient night's rest? Or perhaps those moments of sudden lightheadedness when you rise too quickly? Maybe even a subtle cloudiness in your thoughts, a feeling that your mind is not quite as sharp as it once was. These are common experiences, particularly as we navigate the later seasons of our lives. And the culprit, my friends, is often so deceptively simple, so fundamental, that it is frequently overlooked. It could very well be that your precious body is experiencing a silent thirst, a state of inner dryness that you are not consciously recognizing. We diligently seek out complex nutritional supplements. We invest in expensive superfoods. We explore intricate dietary regimens, all in the noble pursuit of health and vitality. Yet, we often forget that the most powerful, most essential supernutrient, the purest elixir of life, is readily available, virtually without cost, and frequently, tragically, undervalued. I speak, of course, of water. Simple, life-sustaining water. Today, I wish to guide you on an exploration, not merely of the benefits of drinking water, for that is perhaps widely known, though not always deeply appreciated. More importantly, I want to illuminate, to vachitran, as you might say, some of the most common, yet often unrecognized, mistakes in hydration that many of us, especially those in our venerable years, are prone to making. These are the subtle habits, the seemingly innocuous omissions that can quietly sap your energy, cloud your mind, and lay the groundwork for a host of other health concerns. But first, if this journey towards understanding and harnessing the profound power of the stream of life resonates with you, may I invite you to offer a small token of connection. A simple click to like this video. And if you wish to continue receiving these sharings on health and well-being, a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your engagement is like a refreshing spring, nourishing our efforts to share this wisdom. And I am always deeply interested in your personal experiences. Do you find it a challenge to maintain adequate hydration throughout your day? Or perhaps you have discovered a particular golden habit that helps you remember to drink enough water. Please, do share your drops of wisdom in the comments section below. Our collective experiences can illuminate the path for many. Water, you see, is far more than just a quencher of thirst. It is an invisible, yet indispensable, nutrient. It is the very solvent of life, participating in every biochemical reaction, every cellular function, every vital process that sustains your existence. We meticulously count our vitamins. We track our mineral intake, yet we often neglect to give due reverence to this fundamental element. That constitutes the majority of our physical being. Without sufficient water, the most nutritious food, the most potent supplement, cannot be effectively utilized by your body. Now, there is a particular vulnerability to dehydration that often accompanies the aging process, a phenomenon I call the silent thirst. As the years gracefully accumulate, several physiological changes can make us more susceptible to an insidious lack of water. Our innate sensation of thirst, that internal alarm bell designed to signal our need for fluids, can become less acute, less reliable. We may simply not feel as thirsty as our body truly is. Furthermore, kidney function, while still capable, may undergo subtle changes that affect water balance. And some common medications prescribed for age-related conditions can have a diuretic effect, increasing fluid loss. It is as if the body's natural early warning system for dehydration becomes somewhat muted with time, requiring a more conscious and proactive approach to ensure its needs are met. My promise to you in our discussion today is twofold. First, we will clearly identify and examine these common hydration mistakes, these leaks in our daily practices that can lead to a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration. And second, we will uncover some of the truly remarkable and sometimes unexpected benefits that optimal hydration can bestow upon your health, particularly in your golden years. Benefits that extend far, far beyond merely quenching a dry throat. Finally, I will offer practical, easily implemented tips to help you transform water from a forgotten necessity into a cherished and consistent ally for your vitality. So, let me pose this question to you directly. Are you confident that you are not, perhaps unwittingly, falling into any of the 7 common hydration traps that I'm about to reveal? The answers may surprise you, and more importantly, understanding and correcting these simple missteps can unlock a wellspring of renewed energy, mental clarity, and overall well-being that you might have thought was lost to the passage of time. Let us embark on this illuminating exploration together, shall we? Now that we understand the profound importance of water and the particular vulnerabilities of our later years, let us, with clear eyes, examine these 7 common hydration traps, these subtle yet significant missteps that can lead our bodies into a state of silent dryness, often without our conscious awareness. Recognizing these is the first crucial step towards correction and renewed vitality. The first, and perhaps most prevalent, mistake is, I only drink when I feel thirsty. If only our body's signals were always so perfectly timed. As I mentioned, for many older adults, the sensation of thirst, that natural alarm, can become less reliable. It often arrives after the body has already begun to experience the initial stages of dehydration. By the time you consciously register a dry mouth or a feeling of thirst, your cells may have already been operating at a suboptimal fluid level, potentially impacting your energy, your concentration, and even your mood. Think of thirst in later life not as an early warning, but often as a somewhat delayed notification that action was needed sooner. Relying solely on this diminished signal is a common path to chronic underhydration. The second common misstep: coffee, tea, and juice count just like water, right? While these beverages do contain water, it is a misconception to believe they hydrate as effectively as pure water. or that they can entirely replace it. Beverages containing caffeine, such as coffee and many traditional teas, can have a mild diuretic effect, meaning they can actually cause your body to excrete more fluid. Sugary drinks and many commercially prepared fruit juices, while providing liquid, also deliver a significant load of sugar, which places an additional metabolic burden on your system and is certainly not optimal for hydration or overall health. While a morning cup of tea or coffee can be a cherished ritual, remember that pure water is the body's preferred, unadulterated source of true hydration. Not all liquids are created equal in their service to your cells. Mistake number 3. I drink the same amount of water every day, regardless. Our body's need for water is not static. It is a dynamic requirement that fluctuates based on several factors. Hot or humid weather, for instance, will naturally increase fluid loss through perspiration, necessitating a greater intake. Physical activity, even gentle exercise, also raises your hydration needs. If you are unwell, particularly with a fever or conditions causing vomiting or diarrhea, your fluid requirements can increase dramatically. Furthermore, certain medications, especially diuretics prescribed for blood pressure or heart conditions, will increase fluid output and thus demand a more conscious effort to replenish. Failing to adjust your water intake to these changing internal and external conditions is like trying to sail a ship with the same sail setting regardless of the wind. You may find yourself becalmed, or worse, struggling against the current. The 4th hydration trap. I drink a big glass all at once to get it over with. While the intention may be good, a more effective approach is to sip water consistently throughout the day. Your body, and particularly your kidneys, can only process and absorb a certain amount of fluid at any given time. Consuming a very large volume of water in one go can lead to much of it being quickly excreted without giving your cells adequate time to absorb what they need. It can also place an unnecessary, albeit temporary, strain on your system. Imagine tending a delicate plant. A sudden deluge is less beneficial than gentle, consistent watering that allows the soil to absorb the moisture deeply. So too with your body. Mistake number 5. I don't really think about water in my food. We often focus solely on the liquids we drink, forgetting that a significant portion of our daily hydration can, and should, come from the foods we eat. Many fruits and vegetables, in particular, have a very high water content. Think of a crisp cucumber, a juicy watermelon, a ripe orange, or even a bowl of nourishing soup or broth. These foods not only provide hydration, but also deliver a wealth of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. By consciously including more water-rich foods in your diet, you are creating another gentle, natural stream of hydration for your body throughout the day. The 6th common oversight. I avoid drinking in the evening because I fear waking up at night. The concern about nocturia, or frequent nighttime urination, is certainly valid and can be very disruptive to sleep. And yes, it is wise to moderate fluid intake in the hour or two immediately before bed. However, drastically restricting all fluids for many hours before sleep can lead to significant dehydration overnight, a period when your body is still actively working, repairing, and requires hydration. This can result in waking up feeling particularly parched and can even concentrate urine, potentially irritating the bladder. The key is balance reduce. Yes, but do not entirely eliminate fluids in the later evening if your body signals a need. A few sips of water or a small cup of calming, caffeine-free herbal tea may be perfectly acceptable and even beneficial. And finally, mistake number 7. I only worry about dehydration. If my urine is very dark yellow, while very dark urine is indeed a clear sign of significant dehydration, your body often sends more subtle signals long before this stage is reached. As we've touched upon, unexplained fatigue, a slight fogginess in thinking, mild dizziness upon standing, dry mouth or lips, infrequent urination, constipation, and even dry, less elastic skin can all be early indicators that your fluid levels are less than optimal. Your body communicates in whispers before it begins to shout. Learning to recognize these gentle, early whispers of thirst and dehydration is a crucial skill for maintaining your well-being. Now that we have illuminated these common pitfalls, these 7 hydration traps that can inadvertently lead to a state of inner dryness,